Did I tell you about my gap year? Yes, because Bristol, as we all know, is the home of one of the worst breed of girls you will ever find, because it has Bristol University. And that girl is the lesser spotted, did I tell you about my gap year? I've been trapped by them a couple of times. These girls that go off travelling in their year out, and the only reason they've done it is so they can shove it down your throats. You go to the pub with them. Oh my God, where to start? Preferably near the end. It was amazing. Me and my friend Vaskiri, who's ethnic, by the way, did I mention, and Cassandra, who didn't get into Leeds, so she went to Liverpool, which means she's so good with foreign languages now. We just tottered round Tibet, smoking the most amazing Thai grass and felching lepers, and we found the most wonderful little monastery on the foot of Mount Hicha Picha Matavakacha Arno. And we stayed there for weeks just helping the orphans. Just think, haven't the orphans suffered enough?
And as I walked in, a police officer immediately approached me and said, "Where's your mask?" And I went, "Oh, shit, I don't have my mask on." This is back when we were still wearing masks. And by the way, I am pro-mask, I'm just anti-ears. So I put my backpack down and I reached into the front pocket of my backpack to retrieve my mask, and I grabbed a hold of something that was not a mask. One of the side effects of being a touring comedian travelling through California is that total strangers give you free drugs. Which is how I found myself crouched on the floor of an airport next to an officer of the law, holding a handful of hallucinogenic mushrooms. And for some reason, I looked up at the cop and said, "Hi."
I went into a shop the other day. On the shelf, I saw a bottle of non-alcoholic Sambuca. Who the is buying non-alcoholic Sambuca? No one in the history of the world has ever ordered a Sambuca when they haven't been completely faced. No one is drinking Buca for its wonderful flavour profile. It's the most minging drink in existence. It tastes like Bertie Bassett's ballsack. It's so gross, its only serving suggestion is on fire. There's no other drink that they do that with. Sambuca is so gross that you could go on a night out, you could get so drunk that you end up punching a bouncer in the face, defecating into a lady's handbag, and then off a tramp behind a wheelie bin. You would still wake up the following morning, and the thing that you most regret from the night before is that you drank Sambuca.
Women ask weird questions. Well, the women in my life have always asked weird questions. My girlfriend said to me recently, she said, "Which of my friends do you think is prettiest?" Well, that's what she said. What I heard was, "I fancy a fight." I don't know much about women, but I know there is no correct answer to the question, "Which of my friends do you think is prettiest?" There's nothing I can say that she'll go, "Oh, good." Yeah. And there's going to be trouble, so I thought, well, I might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb. So when she asked, "Which of my friends do you think is prettiest?" I said, "Well, Karen is pretty, but Susan does that thing with her tongue."
I also know why human beings have a pop at vegans. It's a very simple human instinct. As human beings, we basically just can't bear anyone else that has exercised any degree of self-control. And you all f***ing do it. Doesn't matter what that self-control is. Someone that's become a vegan, someone that's given up drinking, someone that's running a marathon, someone that has started cycling to work. Your mouth goes, "Oh, good for you." And your head goes, because we don't want people hashtag living their best life. We want them hashtag living a slightly shittier life than us, so we can feel better about our pathetic existence.
I have a title now. And again, it's through no achievement of my own. It's my dad. Basically, when he became a lord, because I'm his son, I now, by default, am technically the Honourable Tom Horton. I've been sacked from Wetherspoons twice.
The only accent in the United Kingdom, the Cockney accent. You actually want a Cockney to be a bit aggressive. Not I mean, mate, cheeky punch, leave a bruise, right? But the moment a Cockney gets a little bit polite, yeah, or even worse, courteous, you start to shit yourself, mate, don't you, huh? Would you like a cup of tea? I'm your mate, I ain't gonna stab you. Come in. What are you shaking for? He's shaking. Don't shake, come in, put the kettle on, Oh, please don't stab me, don't. And the Essex accent, because we haven't fixed it properly. It's not like a posh accent. You know, we've got tightness in our accent. But the posh accent is tight all the way through. Tight at the end, tight in the middle. I'll never know you, you'll never know me. Clean my house, go back to Poland. Right? We've been left with a paradoxical accent. We've got all of the fat, moronic vowels of a London accent, but with a clipped, camp precision at the end of our words. Meaning we sound like total fucking idiots, but really mean it quite clearly.
But now there's so much outrage and we hear about it and it's taken seriously, you know. There's Oxbridge comedians writing for the posh papers, telling the rules of comedy. They're laying it down, laying down the law, right? And it's all stuff like, comedy should punch up. You should never punch down. You should never punch down. Sometimes you've got to punch down, like if you're beating up a disabled toddler. You know what I mean? If you punch up, you'll miss the little cunt and he'll win, you know. I like that joke because it highlights the difference between metaphorical punching down in jokes and actual punching down. But people nowadays want you to believe that words are actual violence, right? Now, you laughed at a joke about beating up a disabled toddler. No one got hurt. If I'd have actually dragged out a disabled toddler and started beating him up, you would laugh, right? That's why I dropped that bit.
Right? We've got all of the vowels for the whole United Kingdom are stored in the estuary there. Do you want a Zamboka? Kelly. Do you want a Zamboka? Do him behind a skip, Kelly. Do him behind a skip. Where's your pride? Where did we get the vowels from? We stole them. We stole them from Wales in the Middle Ages. Let's get some more vowels. Quickly, we're going to run out. I need a Zamboka. Across the bridge. Take your £5.60, you prick. Right? Back across. See you later. We've got all their vowels. They're just left in Wales going...
I think I was supposed to be gay. I think, like, in heaven, they built, like, 3/4 of a gay person, and then they forgot to flip the final switch, and they just sent me out, and it was like, you marked that one gay, right? And it was like, oh, no, was I supposed to? And they were like, oh, man, well, this will be a very interesting person.
I don't know if you've ever met anyone from New York City, but they don't tend to patiently endure the bullshit of others. I once had a homeless man in New York tell me to hurry the fuck up while I was handing him a $1 bill. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're very close, aren't you? Hello! The reason we're here is because I wrote a book. Yes. Woo! Now, you can clap, but I'm concerned that it might be a bit shit. I don't know. It's weird. This is it here. I'm not sure if it's any good because I think I'm too close to it. You know, I can't tell anymore. I'm concerned that it might be like an ugly baby that I'm looking at through the eyes of a loving mother. And it's not until I take it out for a walk in its little pram and people start screaming in horror and crossing the street to avoid me that I'll realise I've made a piece of shit baby. There's nothing worse than a piece of shit baby, is there? It's like, who's this little guy? Your baby's a piece of shit! God damn it.
Mums are wildly overprotective, that's what they do. Remember when you were young and your mum would warn you about things you wouldn't even consider? You're minding your own business, your mum just appears. Don't run with scissors. Cheers, Mum. I wasn't planning on it. Don't put a knife in a plug socket. Again. Not on my to-do list. This was the weirdest. Do you remember when we were 8 and your mum's like, don't put 2 pencils up your nose and smash your head on a desk? Thank God you're here, Mum. We were literally about to play Suicide Warrior.
My mum wants me to get married. She's obsessed with me getting married, and specifically, she wants me to get married to Kate Middleton. Right. Which sounds mental, because it is, but it's made slightly less mental by the fact that I was at school with Kate Middleton. So my mum sees that as like a missed opportunity, that I was at school with Kate Middleton and I didn't end up marrying her. Like I stood a chance. I mean, Kate Middleton is 5 years older than me. When we were at school, she was in sixth form. I was in a head brace. I mean, I wasn't particularly cool when I was at school. But she gets annoyed at me now. She thinks it's my fault. She gets annoyed at me all the time and always brings up the Kate Middleton thing. Like the other day, I was staying at her house, right? I'd taken off all my clothes to get into bed. I'd thrown a couple of them on the floor. There was a pair of my boxer shorts on the floor, in which was the tiniest, weeny little skid mark. I mean, you could barely see it. My mother walks in with a laundry basket, scoops it up. She's like, that's why Kate didn't want you.
Women are treated like morons by British newspapers. We had a heat wave this summer, 31 degrees, and there was an article offering women advice. It was not to put ice lollies up their vaginas. Now, I don't want to speak on behalf of the sisters, but I'm guessing that's an unnecessary tip. I've seen my grandmother in a heat wave, not once.
Get all your Calippo, Russ, I'm burning up here, love.
I've never seen my mum chasing an ice cream van, fanny first.
Just one cornetto.
It was hot today. Not one woman in London tapping her tuppence with a Magnum. You wouldn't do that because you're not mad. In the same way, if it was snowing, you wouldn't put a panini up your asshole.
I'm not brilliant with impressions. Accents, I can do a few accents. I give it a go, you know. Regional accents. Everybody can do accents, by the way. A lot of people say, I can't do accents. I just can't do accents. I just can't do them. I can't do accents. You want to do an accent? Can't do it. I just can't do any accent. Which is nonsense, okay? Everybody has the ability to do any accent. If you were born in that place, you would pick it up, okay? You're just being lazy. I mean, you can do it. You don't meet people in Ireland going, hello, this is Tommy. This is my wife, Susan. Say hello. Hello, I'm Susan. I'm Tommy's wife. This is my eldest, Tommy Jr. Right, Tommy Jr. Hello, I'm Tommy Jr. I'm the eldest one. This is my daughter, Siobhan. Say hello. I can't do accents. Bejesus. That's the best I can do. I love the crack. I don't have anything against Irish people. I just can't do accents. My favourite accent, without a shadow of a doubt, is Geordie. I just love the Geordie accent. I met a Geordie quite recently. It was just me and him in a room. He said to me, are yous looking at us? How many mistakes can you make in one sentence? A true Geordie says the letter A and the letter E in exactly the same way. How can you live under these conditions? A is ear and E is ear. It's unbelievable. How do they pass eye tests? Ear, 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 ear. A-E-I-O-U, Geordie, ear, 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 ear. Old MacDonald had a farm, ear, 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 ear. Unbelievable. What a struggle.
Because if you didn't know this, the American Association of Touring Comedians has an industry standard that you have to adhere to when you do shows here as a foreign artist. It's union regulated. There's nothing I can do about it. You have to do at least 2 to 3 airport, airline or airplane stories. You need at least 4 to 5 cum references. And a hot take on the difference between men and women. So I'll just tell another airport story and then I'll segue seamlessly into my hilarious impression of my wife getting ready to go out to dinner. It's all moisturizer and shoe buckles. She's such a dumb bitch. So I was at the airport.
Just thing that happened to me recently was my girlfriend, she bought me a new bit of technology called a moon cup, right? Just make some noise if you don't know what a moon cup is. Yeah, don't worry, I'll explain. Basically, it's an alternative to a tampon, right? It's a little silicone cup, and instead of soaking up, what it does is it fills up, so it's good for the environment, so it makes me feel quite fancy, because that's quite posh, isn't it? Yeah, but the problem is, every time I use it, what I do is I take it out, and it's there, and it's full. And every time I just get this little voice in the back of my head that's like, shut it. I would never do it. I've never done it. But a posh person wouldn't think that, would they? Posh person would sip it, wouldn't they?
Well, it's probably as good a time as any to talk about how political correctness works in stand-up comedy, because some people think it's a free-for-all. You can say whatever you want on stage because of freedom of speech. That is not the case. There are rules and regulations that govern what I do. Basically, how political correctness works in stand-up comedy is, if you're directly affected by something or involved in something, you get a free pass. You're allowed to joke about that thing. So, for example, homosexual people can joke about being gay. Disabled people can joke about disability. Black or Asian people can joke about race. Those are the rules. So, these two paedophiles walk into a park. Child abuse, there's a touchy subject. I saw a headline in the paper. It said, "Please smash paedophile ring." I thought, good, let's see how they fucking like it.
But again, not to shit on my father's generation, you know, my father's generation, salt of the earth. Hard-working, barbecue, tong-wielding, negative gearing, pillars of repression. The kind of men who can't help but point out the make and model of every single car that drives past. Oh, there's a GMT, XE, CRV, and yet really struggle with the whole LGBTQIA+ concept. Don't get me started on those freaks. They're taking up the entire alphabet. Oh, look at that SUV. I'm constantly baffled by lamp manufacturers who think it's terribly clever to conceal the most important feature of a fucking lamp. Without a switch, it's just a shit sculpture. I feel like I'm always rifling around up the skirt of some lamp or another. Lost track of the number of times I've had to send my hand on a deadly spelunking mission down the back of a motel room bed to trace my way along the lamp cord, dodging tumbleweeds of pubic hair and navigating a minefield of discarded prophylactics, only to find out later you're supposed to knock 3 times, turn in a circle and provide a stool sample before it turns on. Sick of lamps! That is the message of this show! No more lamps! 6 weeks just contemplating my own mortality when a single thought struck me with absolute clarity. I'm just a temporary microbe, made up of other microbes, on a planet of microbes in an ever-expanding universe of microbes. Suddenly I was an empty shell, open to limitless possibilities. All I needed was a sign. And that's when the old man in the bed next to mine turned to me and died. And while rifling through his possessions, I found a book of daily Buddhist meditations. And I turned to that day's date and it said, "Each morning we are born again." And I looked at him and said, "Not today, Grandpa. Not today." Smug Druggle sounds like an informant from an 80s British cop film. You must go down and see Smug Druggles. He'll tell you what train to catch. By the morning we'll have this ghastly... Oh, fuck. Oh. I feel like I've had one of... No, don't clap that. Don't clap the moment. Philly's like, yes, we were there when Randy had a stroke on stage. Smug Druggles! That really tickled me. So I was at the airport. I got in, no gas. It had just enough gas to get to the nearest gas station. Literally pulled up the gas pump and it went... So I got out of the van and I went over to the gas pump, instantly confused. United States of America? Is it America? Instantly confused. United States of America? In Australia, where I hail from, we pump our gas and then we enter the gas station and we purchase the gas. We don't prepay for our gas. I'm not sure why there's a difference. I think maybe because we're riddled with colonial guilt, whereas you are a nation of fucking gas thieves. But you know what? With gas prices the way they are, who can blame you? Am I right? See, who said political comedy can't be fun? So I'm standing there trying to figure out how to use my card on this gas pump. My card wasn't working. There was no button for filler up. I didn't know how to work it. And as I was trying to figure it out, this man pulled up behind me in his truck, like full like truck. And I saw he pulled up behind me, and through his windshield, he was watching me just going, trying to get my card to work. And I heard him through his windshield go, "Oh, oh, I knew it. I knew it." And I looked at, "Oh, fucking did you, Nostradamus?" And then I saw him clock the hand-painted mural of a lotus flower on the back of the RV right next to the Magic Happens bumper sticker, which was in stark contrast to his own bumper sticker that read, "Land of the free, but freedom ain't free, and you can't put a price on freedom." Woo! With a picture of an eagle laying a grenade like an egg. And I was like, oh. Anyway, the pump wasn't working, and he was like, staring at me. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to go in. So I went into the gas station. I locked the RV before I went in, because if people are stealing gas, they're sure as hell going to be after my vegan snacks. I go into this gas station, and working behind the register was this ashtray of a woman who... Yeah, let's pause to let that description sink in for a second. I said, "My card is not working. Can I pay for it in here?" And she said, "Actually, the terminal's down. It's rebooting. Can you pay with cash?" I said, "I don't have any cash." And she said, "Well, you'll just have to wait." And as soon as she said, "You'll just have to wait," the man out there in the truck jumped on the horn. Meh, 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 which is another thing you people do very well in this country. There's no such thing as a beep beep. It's always like... And she said, "Oh, all right, look, just go and move your RV." And I said, "I'll stop you there. It's got no gas in it." Which is the only reason I'm here right now. And she said, "Oh, okay, look, I'll unlock the pump. Just leave your car keys." And a truck driver next to the coffee machine turned around and said, "I wouldn't be giving her my car keys. She's been drunk since 1984. Where the fuck am I? So I left my car keys. I go back out there. By the time I get back out there, the guy is now standing next to his car, and he's very impatient. And I know he's impatient because as I get to the gas pump, he says, "Hurry up, asshole!" And I'd had enough at that point. I said, "All right, I'm doing it. All right, I'm doing it. Just shut up, you fuck." Got the nozzle out of the gas pump. Motherfucker, tell me how to fucking pump gas, piece of shit. Turn around, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, man! Fuck you! And then I realized that I locked the RV before I flipped the switch to open the gas tank. So now in front of this furious Texan, I had to gingerly return the nozzle to the pump without pumping gas, which is the gas station equivalent of erectile dysfunction. I ran back into the gas station yelling over my shoulder, "I'm so sorry, this has never happened to me before." I go back up to the register, I say, "Can I please have my car keys?" And she said, "But you didn't pump any gas." I said, "I know, because I forgot to unlock my gas tank." And she said, "Oh, you should have just paid with cash." I don't have any cash! I grabbed the car keys, I went back out, now there's 3 men waiting to use my pump. All very angry, all open carrying. I was like, oh, I'm going to get buried in the desert. So I unlock the car, I flip the gas tank open, I start pumping the gas, and these guys start circling my car like jackals. "Get a move on, hippie, we ain't got all day." Hey, nice dream catcher. I was like, oh my God, please, I don't want to die in the desert. I finished pumping the gas, I put the nozzle back in the gas pump, they're like, "Get out of here, you hippie." I was like, oh, sweet Jesus. I jumped in the van, I sped away, shaking. It took me about 45 minutes to calm down, which is when I realized I left without paying for the gas. I did not go back.